We talked in the last video in the finale against the Yankees, and we said, okay, we're done with the Yankees. Let's focus on the Phillies now. Get back into the win column. You don't have to see Arrieta, Nola, Zach Wheeler. It doesn't matter. The Blue Jays lost both of the doubleheader today. They've lost now 5 straight games. They're 26-25 on the year. And they're only a game over 500, just like that. And they lost in 2 different types of ways today, both awful. What did we see in game 1? Okay, let me just say this. What did I say in the last video? You guys can go back and watch that Yankee video. And I said, okay, in this series we focus on pitching and offense early in ball games. That's what we talked about. What did we see in game 1? Terrible pitching. 0 clutch hits. You lost 7-0 in game 1. Robbie Ray, other than the big home run he gave up to Bryce Harper, I thought he was all right, even though the line doesn't look great. A 4 1/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, all 5 were in, struck out 6, but he walked 4. The walks came back to kill him. They did. First inning, I think he walked 2 guys, leading to an RBI double. He walked McCutchen, leading to a Bryce Harper 2-run shot. Imagine if those walks did not happen. Would have been a 1-0 ball game. Instead, you're down 4-0 at that time. But the offense was absolutely nowhere to be found. Through 7 innings, they made Zach Eflin look like like a Cy Young Award winner out there. He threw 7 innings. He threw a complete game, 7 innings in a shortened game, obviously. A complete game, a 4-hitter, 9 strikeouts and walked 2. He was dominant. He looked great out there. I got to give that to him. But he made the Jays look stupid. And the woes continue from the Yankees series. You lose 7-0. You get no offense. You have total 4 hits. You don't get any runs. Your pitching stunk. Even after Robbie Ray left, Thomas Hatch came out there. And usually he's been Mr. Automatic. He gave up 2 runs in 1 inning of work. And then the only positive about game 1 of the set was, I guess there's 2 positives. One is Kevin Biggio going 2 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base, stays perfect in his career, 20 for 20. And Patrick Murphy finally making his big league debut, and he was good, an inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. He looked really good out there. Obviously, none of the big leaguers have even seen the guy before, so that helps a lot. But still, you lose 7-0, and at that point, you've already lost 4 straight, and you're not feeling good at all. Your offense has been terrible. You're giving up a ton of runs. Things are not pretty right now in Blue Jay land. We go to the second game of the series, all right? And the second game of the doubleheader, excuse me. And it doesn't start great there. Ross Stripling gives up an RBI single to Gregorius right in the first inning. We're like, great. Again, we talked about early offense. We're in the 3rd inning. McCutchen, it's a solo shot. You still have no runs through 3. I understand. Well, it's only the 3rd inning. That's first time through the lineup. You got nothing. Nothing. And then the guy who just came off the injured list, Teoscar Hernandez, destroys a ball deep and gone to left field, and that somehow ignites this team because then Grichuk gets a double, then Vladdy gets an RBI single scoring Grichuk to tie the game at 2. Then Espinal singles, Guerrero comes in. Joe Panik gets up at third base because he got on base in that time as well. Then Kevin Biggio singles scoring 2 runs. And the Jays put up a 5 spot after scoring nothing in the first game on 4 hits and nothing through the first 3. Hernandez hits a solo shot, and you score 5 runs in the 4th inning. We're like, wow, they finally found their offense. They got a 5-2 lead. Now they can play with a lead. This is great. Didn't last very long because I forgot his name. Marsan? Anyways, his first big league home run is a 3-run shot, and we're tied off of A.J. Cole, I think it was. But it's okay. In the bottom of the 5th inning, you're facing one of the worst bullpens in baseball. Actually, the worst bullpen in baseball. And Randall Grichuk gets a sacrifice fly with a runner at third, scores, and hey, just like that, good stuff. We got the lead back at 6-5. Then a bases loaded walk to Danny Jansen. All right, we got the lead back at 7-5, and we're in the top of the 5th. You only got to get through, the 5th, 6th, and 7th, then you're golden. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and with 2 out, Rafael Dolis on the mound, and he gives up a meatball, an absolute meatball to Bryce Harper. Dead center field, it goes off the wall, 2 runs come in, and we're tied again. But we aren't done yet. They hit a grab. Then Panic? Well, an error. Sorry, no, that's not a Panic error. No, it wasn't. Joe Panic gets the ground ball here. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I'm not sure why he's going for this baseball. We saw in game 1, he didn't go for a ball. I'm like, hey, that's right. That's a good play, Vlad. He got the out at first. That's good stuff. Stay on your base. Not in this game. Nope. He went after that ground ball. Dolis has to scramble to cover it. He ends up throwing, I think Panic throws the ball away. And 1 run comes in. You're now down 8-7. And oh, look at that. Rafael Dolis has some sprained strain of something down in his legs. And just like that, he's gone from the game. Then you go to the bottom of the top of the 7th inning. Blue Jays last chance. You have 2 on with Bijou at the dish, and he crushes the ball to center fielder, right at the center fielder. Ball game, you lose. You lose Dolis. You lose both games. What a terrible day. You've lost now 5 straight ball games. You have not played good baseball at all. Pitching has been terrible. Other than Ryu, this pitching staff has been horrendous. The bullpen went from top 5 in ERA. They're now in the 20s. It is terrible. The offense has shriveled up. Yeah, they had 1 great inning and a couple of great... I mean, you're playing against a terrible bullpen. You're supposed to score some runs. But then your bullpen eats it up. Your starting pitching sucked. Your defense, crapped the bed. They were terrible. Downright awful. And now you've lost 5 in a row. People are going to say, well, no playoffs. Look, I still believe the Blue Jays are going to make the playoffs because really, what team is competitive behind them? I mean, really, Baltimore? No. I mean, did Baltimore lose again today? They lost 2-1 to the Rays. They're 8 games under 500. Right? That's a way under there. Where are the Tigers? They lost to Cleveland. They're 8 games under 500. Again, way down there. The only team that's even remotely close is Seattle. And I think there, with the loss the Jays had today, and with Seattle, where are they here? They're still 6 games under 500, and they're down 5-0 to the Padres right now. So I understand. I'm angry. This team is playing like absolute hot garbage right now. But that doesn't mean they're going to miss the playoffs because there's no competition behind them. There's nothing. But this team, if they want to even remotely close to make some sort of noise in the playoffs and even force a team to play best of 3, even force a game 3, you need to play better than this. I mean, there's less than 10 games to go in the year. I think after today's game, there's 9 games remaining. If I'm not mistaken, could be wrong. 9 or 10. You cannot go into the playoffs playing like this. You do, you're going to lose. The bullpen has been taxed. Your offense is so inconsistent and not finding a way to clutch balls up. Oh, the Jays scored 7 runs. They also had bases loaded with 2 out, chance to blow this game open. They couldn't do it. They had 2 runners on there in that last inning. They couldn't do it. Clutch knocks are key. Now, when you score 7 runs, ideally you should win a ball game. But the fact that this team, over the last 5 games, right, and the 5 losses they have, 20 runs against the Yankees, 13 against the Yankees, 10 against the Yankees, 7 against the Phillies today, and 8 against the Phillies today. The pitching staff has been awful. Like, that's even an understatement. They got to figure it out. The only good thing here, Jays fans, is this. Hyun Jin Ryu is on the mound tomorrow for the Blue Jays. Thank the Lord, because he's the only pitcher on this staff that has pitched consistently. His ERA is 3. The rest of the starting rotation is like above 6. You're never going to win that way. They got to smarten it up. They have to feel a win again. And if that means using Ryu on the mound tomorrow to get a win, fine, so be it. But we need something. This team needs something. Tomorrow night, 6:05 first pitch there at Citizens Bank Park, Game 3, the 4-game set against the Phillies. At best, you can split the series. But who the heck knows what's going to happen with this team? I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue. Let's quickly talk numbers during this game, all right? Bijou went 1 for 4, had 2 RBIs in the game. Good for him. Bichette went 1 for 4. Gurriel 1 for 4. The runs scored. Hernandez had a great ball game. He was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Obviously hit the home run. A really good day at the dish for Teoscar Hernandez. Grichuk went 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Had the sac fly. Vladdy with an RBI single with a run scored as well. Joe Panik with 1 for 3 with a run scored. Espinal 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, and he walked 1. So good job by Espinal. And Danny James was 0 for 1, but he walked and came around to score. Sorry, I had the RBI on that walk. And here are the pitching numbers. You ready for this? Ross Stripling, 3 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. All 3 were earned. Struck out 4 and walked 3. You just can't do that. You just can't put on the free pass against good teams. They are going to kill you. That's what happened that's what happened against the Yankees. I can't really say that. They actually just slaughtered the Jays in every aspect anyways. I shouldn't really just say it was walks. AJ Cole went 1/3 of an inning. 2 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned and a strikeout. It was on that 2-run shot no, it wasn't the 3-run shot, excuse me, by the young catcher. Ryan Brockie, the only guy who did anything positive today on the pitching side of things. 1 inning, no hits, 1 walk, and a strikeout. Clean inning for Brockie. Haven't heard that much lately. Anthony Bass went 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 runs scored. Both were earned. He had a strikeout. And Rafael Dolis, 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run. It wasn't an earned run. Got a strikeout. Took the loss in the game. The Bryce Harper double. And then the error, obviously, by Joe Panik comes around to score. That's why it was an unearned run. But just a terrible. I mean, Yamaguchi got 1 guy out, and he also walked 1 as well. The Jays walked, what is this, 6 guys in this game today? You just can't do that. You just can't do so. How many did they walk in game 1? Because I know Robbie Ray walked 4. Yeah, he walked 4 and 4 1/3. Hatch walked 1, and Murphy walked 1. Again, this is all in a 7-inning stretch. I didn't mean the pun. And actually, yeah, the Jays walked 6 guys in the second game in 7 innings. You just can't win that way. You gotta throw strikes. It's just awful. I mean, you can pick anything to talk about this game. You can say the inconsistent offense, the terrible starting pitching, the rough bullpen, the inability to throw strikes and just walk a ton of guys, the inability to make plays in the field and commit errors constantly. This team is doing everything wrong. That is why they've lost 5 straight. That is why they've gotten slaughtered in 4 games. This has been one of the worst stretches of baseball that I've seen in quite some time. Even last year, this team was more competitive than this 5-game stretch. It's sad, man. It really is. Yeah, they lost by 1 run and had 7 runs in this game, in the second game. You had 2 different leads. You had a 3-run lead and a 2-run lead. You blew both. Awful. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and hated the games today and over the last 5, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the games, your thoughts on what I've talked about. Do you agree? Do you not agree with me? Guys, let me know in the comments below what your takes are on what we're seeing out there for the Toronto Blue Jays, because it is really bad. It is really, really bad. All right, Twitter's down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description below as well. So follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys in Game 3 of the 4-game set against the Phillies there tomorrow evening, 6:05, first pitch at Citizens Bank Park in Philly. All right, as the Jays look to, win a game. That's all. Ryu, give us something, buddy. We all know you don't walk a lot of guys. Give us some length. And Jays offense, strike early. Give Ryu a lead early in the game and let him cruise, because this team needs it. All right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.